And so this is, again, this is 2008, 2009 time. And so we would literally print at Kinko's a slip of paper, a pad of paper that cost me like $8 for this. And we place it in their store. We put a little box in there, a little acrylic box, a little black box, okay? And back then, we would literally go to businesses, we'd have these meetings, and we would pitch them on our email marketing service, which was literally a free MailChimp account. You get up to 2,000 emails on a MailChimp account, okay? It was a free MailChimp account, and I charged $249 per month. And the service was, it was this simple. If you guys want to talk about another thing to add to your list of services, I sold this 6 ways from sideways, okay? We would simply say, listen, customers come in here every day. You guys have all seen this, by the way. Customers come in here every day, and most of the time, you don't know who they are, okay? And so they'll walk through your front door. You know, if it's a walk-in business, they'll walk through your front door, they'll do business with you, then they'll walk out. You don't know who they are, where they're from, and if you can ever get them back again, right? So what if we set up a collection mechanism that would collect the names and emails and phone numbers, all the customers that are walking through your front door? And then at the end of every week or end of every month, you have this giant list of people that actually knew you, like you, trusted you, and done business with you. Kind of like what I was talking to you guys about earlier about why that swag is an interesting second or third money idea for you guys, because they already know you, like you, trust you, right? So for me, I was like, look, let's build a customer list, because most likely you're not doing this, right? And so this is, again, this is 2008, 2009 time. And so we would literally print at Kinko's a slip of paper, a pad of paper that cost me like $8 for this. And we place it in their store. We put a little box in there, a little acrylic box, a little black box, okay? And back then, I knew, I was like, I can't just, you guys have all seen like the fish bowls where people would throw their business cards in to win like a free lunch. I didn't want to be just that. So I wanted to kind of innovate a little bit and throw a little bit something, maybe a pattern interrupt to the folks that are walking through these front doors. And that pattern interrupt for us was this acrylic box that I found, and I got picture frames, those ones you see in people's houses that they're digital, so they'll change. That to me was like a little scrolling billboard, and I was able to find those on eBay for like $19. Is the cheapest I could find them, and I buy all of them, right? And I put hooks, meaning I put irresistible offers on these boxes, and I'd set them on the counter at these different locations that would ended up doing business, right? And the boxes would say something like, if it was a pizza restaurant, the box would say something like this: hey, enter today to win free pizza for a year, okay? And then, you know, what we would get the business owner to agree to whatever the giveaway was, and that was the hook to get their name, email, and phone number. Now, every one of you guys, you guys run into this online every stinking day. In fact, many of you guys with your lead gen properties, if you're to that point, you've put up a lead gen property, what you're doing when you say free instant quote is the same kind of thing, right? Free instant quote. You have those on your sites, right? On the right-hand side, I show you how to build those, right? All that's doing is giving them some, it's not even that irresistible, but it's better than nothing, right? It's just something that's saying, hey, give me your information, and in return, I'm gonna give you X, right? So this business, it was so simple. We put the box in, we got the irresistible offer, and they drop in their name, their email, and phone number. And so very rapidly, we were collecting mass amounts of data from locations. And very rapidly, I controlled almost 80,000 emails. I think it was up to 80,000. It's been a while. But I think it was 50 to 80,000 emails in about a 10 to 15 mile radius of my town, okay? So I became one of the highest, and I could reach more people in my town than pretty much anyone. And I did this by collecting data offline, taking the data, putting it into email lists for these business owners, and charging them a $250 a month fee for this, right? So it was a good little service. I outsourced, well, in the beginning, I entered them all in by hand. Then I figured out what outsourcing was, like I shouldn't be doing that, right? And so I outsourced the data input to it, like $8, $9 an hour to college kids, and I would build these lists. And for $250 a month, I'd send out these emails, and I'd send out things for coupons to come back into their store, or sales that they were doing, or if they had a slow time of the day, right? I was talking to him about coming in during that slow time, and I was increasing business. In fact, one day I remember sending an email out for this burrito place that we had, and I put 330 people into their store in about a 1 to 2 hour time frame. And we tracked it with these printed off coupons, which probably wouldn't fly anymore. Most of that stuff's gonna be done through mobile and whatnot. But back then, it worked, right? And so it just goes to show you all these different areas that you guys can add value to these business owners. But what was I really doing? When you really look what I was doing, I was simply doing lead generation. I was generating leads from people that were walking through the front doors. And that data went on to make me millions of dollars. Here's